Hey, oh, wow. So mean. Look at that. Well, Chasing's son is sick, so she couldn't come on. Jace is sick. So I'm going to be doing the case of Naomi Irion, but yeah, there she is. You can see what she looks like when she does her show. All right. So unfortunately, she won't be able to be here. So let's see. I guess we'll go and maybe I'll just do a different screen. Is it this one? Yeah, normally she'd be up there, but she's not up there. All right. All right, so I'm going to go over this case, and it's pretty crazy. And I've got videos, and I can show you guys different things. I know there's people over here that pretty much only watch her channel, and so that you're mainly interested in Summer Wells. So right now we're going to be doing something different. So try to expand your mind a little bit. There are other interesting cases out there other than Summer Wells, okay? So I'm going to be going over this right now, and hopefully somebody out there knows something, all right? So on, let's see, it was March 12th at like 4 in the morning. Naomi leaves her home right here. She's going to head to work, but first she stops at a gas station right here. And this is what she was wearing at the gas station. Her blue Panasonic shirt with a sweater outside, and she has this black purse you can see right there, right? So she leaves there. So she leaves the gas station right there and drives over to the Walmart parking lot, where she's going to wait for a shuttle to get a ride to, I think it might even be just a Panasonic shuttle. I don't really know when they say shuttle, if it means it's a Panasonic shuttle that goes directly to Panasonic, or is it just called a shuttle like a bus or whatever. But it seems like it's a shuttle. So they pick them up here, and then Panasonic's way over in another city in Reno over here. So she would pull in there, and every single day she'd go to work, she'd go there about 20-25 minutes prior to the shuttle and mess around on social media and whatnot. But on this day right here, there was an individual waiting in the parking lot. I think he was actually there stalking her specifically. And there's a surveillance camera that captures the individual walking around right in this area. In fact, early on, the image released was this one right here. This is what we got first. And then I was able to find, by looking at the map, looking down like this, that this is the grass or bush or whatever. See how there's like a little gap there, and then there's a bush. That's right here. So these are the two locations that those were in. Then they released and right back there, I don't know if you guys can see that, but way up at the top, that's actually her car right there. She's parked right there. And so let me play this video of today. There was a press conference. And let's see, I guess I got to replace that with something. That's right. Hold on one second. Yeah. Shoot. Well, I guess I can't really move that over there. I guess we'll get to that when we get there. But here's a press conference from today, and they give us some timeline information. And I've interviewed the brother a couple times on my show. One time on Gray Hughes Investigates, I interviewed... this is the brother right here, and it was the audio file. One time, just me and him talking on the phone. I was allowed to record it, and then he came on during a live show and talked to us for about a half hour. And I'm going to put that in a video here in a little bit. At the beginning of this video that you're seeing, I'm actually putting this together. I'll put together what he was saying about the timeline and have it work in here. with what we're about to see right now. So,
Lyon County Sheriff's Office. So I just want to give you an update on the kidnapping case involving Naomi Irion. There's a picture of Naomi, which has been out on social media and to the public. What we know so far that we were able to release on March 12, 2022, at approximately 0509 hours, Naomi parks at the Fernley Walmart. It's located off 1550 East Newlands Drive in Fernley. At approximately between 0509 hours and 0523 hours, Naomi is active on social media, which is common according to her family. At 0523 hours is her last Snapchat ping. We know that she was active on social media up until that point and active on her cell phone. At 0524 hours, the suspect approaches Naomi's vehicle. And at 0525 hours, Naomi's vehicle leaves the Walmart parking lot with the suspect driving the vehicle. On March 15, 2022, Naomi's vehicle is recovered, and we're currently processing all evidence with that. Here's some still images from the video that's already been released. We will provide you guys all with a copy of these images and a copy of this video after this press conference. Here's a quick video of the suspect walking. As you notice, it's been on social media that there's the way the suspect walks, his clothing description, all that stuff is imperative to leading us to a possible identification of this suspect. Here's a map provided to us from the FBI of Naomi's cell phone mapping images, basically just showing that she was active at the Walmart.
and so on this one, the cell tower that they're using is right here. Hold on. That's the cell tower right there. That's the one that they're using for the ping information. There's no direct image. You could probably see it if you were, let's see, probably right here, and turn to the right and look over here. There it is right there. So that's the cell tower right there that they're using. And you can see that again if you look at the way their map is set up. So you just look at the buildings. There's this building right there is right here, and then just down there, and that's exactly where they're coming up with this. And then the Walmart parking lot is right here is where she was. So that means that's this building right here and right in there. And see, they're getting this little overlap portion right there, and she was on her phone from 509 to 525, and then she was abducted right then. All right, so back to this. That makes sense to everybody?
Our parking lot between 0509 a.m. and 0525 a.m.
Oh, and by the way, hit the subscribe button, would you please? Yeah, make sure to subscribe to this channel. We're trying to get it to over 10,000. We're going to be going to CrimeCon. I mean, I was going to go to CrimeCon on my own for my own channel, but I thought, well, maybe it'd be a good experience for Chasing to go, so I thought we could do the combined channel here, but we haven't been doing a lot of stuff over here, so it feels sort of weird. You know, I could have just gone and done my own thing, right? So I'd like to keep this channel going a little bit more because it seems like it's got good potential with us doing cases together. All right.
Lyon County, with assistance of the Washington County Sheriff's Office Search and Rescue, Lyon County Sheriff's Office Search and Rescue has conducted multiple searches through the air and on the ground looking for Naomi. The prior image, I'll back up to that real quick. This cell phone mapping led us to an area off of Highway 427 and Hill Ranch Road in Wadsworth. That's why we were out there searching in the previous days.
Yeah, so that he was just saying that the phone also pinged out there. I guess if you look at the picture of this one right here, how it, the arc right there goes out this way, and by looking at that you can see that it probably ends up extending out like this, and they were able to get ping information, and they started searching out here, and then they were told the public searched all around in there. So I think they think that after being abducted, her phone went this direction, and it went, it could be anywhere now. It went out that direction. All right, and so there's some interesting elements to this that we'll be coming up with here in a minute. But right, you see what I'm saying though? You guys, hey, listen, I want to, start doing more regular stuff on here, because it seems like it's just sort of, needs to be a wider range of cases that you guys are looking at. All right, I cover all these on my channel, but some of you are only, summer wells, 2 seconds at something else, summer wells, and these are really important to be looking at. Okay. All right. Let me get back to the premiere here.
County citizens have also done a search. Everybody's doing everything they can right now to look for Naomi. Right now, our biggest thing is to reach out to the public. If somebody knows somebody who would have been in that Walmart parking lot or should have been in that Walmart parking lot during the time frame that we've released, please contact us. If anybody knows somebody who has access to the vehicle that we're looking for, it's a 2020 or newer Chevrolet 2500 or 3500 High Country model.
That's it on surveillance.
It's dark in
right
color.
there.
If you know somebody who has that vehicle or has access to that vehicle during this time frame, please reach out to us. We've been working with agencies all over the nation, federal agencies and local law enforcement. The thing I'd like to put out too is Naomi is 18 years old. She's approximately 5'11", approximately 240 pounds. She had brown hair and green eyes. She has a septum piercing and piercings in both nostrils. She also has a smiley face tattoo on her ankle. We're just not sure which ankle.
Yeah, so that's the thing, is that image that I had disappeared. It was right here. I can't. Let me just open up this one so you can look at it again. So that's what she was wearing at the time of the abduction. This is like literally 25 minutes prior to the abduction right here.
And she was last seen with a dark colored purse. The images that have been previously released show her clothing description of the blue Panasonic shirt. She also had an iPhone on her person, AirPods, and she's known to carry a fidget spinner. Our suspect...
Well, I interviewed the brother 2 nights ago.
That we've released the videos and images of is an adult male approximately 6 feet in height, and the clothing description speaks for itself in the videos. Do you guys have any questions right now?
Can you...
I guess there's music playing in the background recording this. So this is what they just released this today. See, all we had before were the still shots. And what I did was, what did I do in this one? Oh yeah. So I added in the car. I mean, it was weird because this video here has the car, her car in it up here. They released a video the other day that didn't have her car. So now I actually took the new video released and cropped out the very top of it and added it to the previously released video. So you'll see where the car was in relation to where he was standing. So I think what he does is he walks all the way down here and stops. They only show us to about right here, but he stops down here. Then another car pulls in with lights on right there. And then he walks kind of down here, and then he stands over here and looks back over to the vehicle. It looks like we're cutting out some of the image up here, so let me fix this up here. There we go. And maybe I'll just make it a little bit bigger here so you guys can see the whole damn thing. Alright, here we go. I've been covering it like 4 days in a row. I mean, I do have the other cases in there as well, but like this is... So this car pulls in, and obviously whoever that is... Oh, see, now I cropped it out. See, yeah, it's weird. It disappears because I have another video up there, but it pulls in over there, and you can see the light of the vehicle. And then way back there, see that little dark object? That's actually him standing around... well, you can't see it again, so hold on. I have to move this over on the screen just a second. Yeah, he's way back in the dark, in the shadows back there. And you'll see him here in a minute, but he's standing over there. And he's way back there. So the way this looks is like, if I was going to zoom in on the parking lot, he's way back here. And that car pulled in maybe, around in this area. So he's back there, and then he starts walking towards the camera. He's still back there. You can just barely make out that little dark shape standing there. But keep in mind, this is her car right here this whole time. It's just parked right there, and it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's in the 8th position, but then one up from there. So if I went and looked, it would be right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then right there is where her car is, where I have that pin. So that's where her car is, and he's walking around back here, and then he comes walking back, and then he stands right here looking at the vehicle. And that actually happens here in a minute. I just don't know exactly when. I think he knows her. He's stalking her specifically. He didn't do anything to the other car that pulled up there. So I think he's stalking her specifically. He knows when she's going to be there. She has the same routine every day. She probably yeah, I think they think that the person knows her. Yeah. It seems really clear that he was there for her specifically. And I think even the brother thinks that. Like everybody. And by the way, there's information out there that she filed a what do you call it? Harassment at work. And the person didn't get fired. They got transferred. Then they quit. So that's an angle that we've heard about. However, that hasn't been confirmed by law enforcement. They just say we can't respond to that. Well, you'd think if something like that wasn't real, they would just say, oh, that has nothing to do with anything. So that's an interesting element. And that's why today they were saying, if you know anybody that drives, that has that vehicle, that may have loaned it to somebody, so they might not think this guy even owned that truck. So look how he's standing right there looking over there, which is kind of weird. It's almost like almost taunting. Like, what if she was actually paying attention? But she wasn't. So eventually at some point he walks around and he comes in from behind her vehicle, comes over here, and we don't see this video, but it's been described by the brother. And then he pushed over to the passenger seat. Then he just drives off with her vehicle. All right, so let me show you some of the stuff that I've been doing though since then. All right, her vehicle. So the car takes off, and obviously it must have gone up in this area somewhere. And then we had a video of an image of the truck, and they know for certain that this truck here is 100% the suspect's vehicle. So don't go, well, how do they know? Well, they know because they put pieces together, and I can even show you how they might have done that. But then somebody on one of my videos, I think Mysterious Monkey, said, well, Gray, how come? Because originally this is what I thought. This is what makes sense, right? That she's abducted, and her car was found right here, and that image of the truck is right exactly where I have that pin right there. Okay, so you'd think that, okay, he abducted her in her car, pulled into here, transferred her to his truck, and then drove this way. However, it turns out that image of the vehicle was in the light. And let me show you that again. So, not that one. Hold on a second. Right there. See, it's in the light, and it's at 6:55 is when the sun comes up. All right. It stays dark for another almost 2 hours after she was abducted. So that was kind of confusing. Whoa. So I actually took this and went into my program 3D Studio Max here, let me open up the most recent one here. And it'll open up here in a second. So I actually made sort of a dummy. Let me just show you what's going on in here. So if you go to the top view here, I took that exact building, Sherwin-Williams, at north-south oriented, exactly how it is in real life. So you go like that, see, almost like at a 45-degree angle. There it is, but it's 100% north-south oriented. Then I put a fake dummy vehicle in the scene right there, right on the road. You know, it's probably on the other side of the road. I mean, if you want to get technical, we can. Oh, I don't. Now I can't do that because there's wheels on it. It doesn't matter. The shadow's coming from the same direction. All right. So if we take that and we go over to the sunlight section here, and go to. Let me make this bigger and go to properties, and then the setup here. I have it set for March 12th, and it wouldn't even matter if it was the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. The sun is almost going to be coming from the same direction. So I have it set up to March 12th, -8 time zone, which is -8 Greenwich time, which is where I live, and they're in the same time zone right now. And then I was working through the shadows of it, and then when you look through the camera, about the same angle as this video right here, and actually it's not the camera angle, it's the shadow. See how the shadow isn't straight along the tires, right? So it's not parallel with the tires. It actually goes at an angle away from the tires, and the car looks to me to be straight down the road. But either way, compare the shadow to the road itself, okay? And so when you do that, I kept working through the time, and then when you render it out, it looks like this. And look at that. That looks almost exactly correct, right? See how it's an angle away from the tires? Like that. And I have that set at 3:20. 3:30. No, 3:20 right here. So that's 3:20 in the afternoon. I mean, so that's insane. That means the vehicle possibly was gone for 10 hours. And, you know, so that means after she was abducted, 10 hours later, he possibly pulled back into here and then got into his vehicle and then seen on surveillance right there. But here's the thing. After I originally thought that he pulled the truck into here, got out, walked over to Walmart, and abducted her. Then 10 hours later, drives over to where his truck is with her car, parks it. And the reason I'm saying that, let me show you this. I want you guys to completely understand what we're looking at here. This is going to be her car parked right here. That's her car by Sherwin-Williams. Now, to figure out where that was at Sherwin-Williams, there's another photograph that is much wider angle. I got to find that one though. Just a second. It's this one. Oh, it disappeared from my folder. Let me get a different one here. There it is. Yeah, see, that's a wider angle, and you can see Sherwin-Williams and see that little structure right there. So if you go to Google Earth, and it took me a little bit of time to figure out exactly where it was, but if you go down here, and I think that's about it, but I think the camera's even here. So look at this shot right here, and compare that one with this shot right here, and you're almost exactly the same. Look at that. I mean, it's amazing how it almost is exactly the same spot. So you have the white tower there, you got the white tower here, just slightly different. So there's her car. That means her car is parked right over here against the fence in the dirt, because you can actually see the road right here. So she's not in the road. She is against the fence in the dirt right there. So that's where her car was parked, right there, next to the fence, heading towards the road. So at some point when he came back, you know, he may have driven in, maybe even done that same arc right there a little wider, then parked the car, got into his vehicle. However, later on, so we know that's where her car was. We know exactly where this was. Oh, by the way, this spot right here, let me show you where that was derived from. is this image, again, of the vehicle. See that little part of the fence that has that angled post on it right there? Well, that's exactly what this is right there. That's the only spot that has that on there, so we know that that's the spot. 100% right there. And a second. And so that's where we know that the car was driving when the surveillance shot was taken of the vehicle. You know, but I was thinking about it, like if you parked that big pickup truck right there, wouldn't it be crazy for them to, like, you would just leave it there for 10 hours? An officer could have driven by and checked the plates because it was abandoned there, you know, sort of in this area. It might have been observed by people because it would stick out like a sore thumb. However, there's a Lowe's right here. Now, if you put a pickup truck in a Lowe's parking lot, maybe, let's say, way over here in the corner, well, that wouldn't be noticed by anybody, right? Would not have been noticed by a soul. It's a pickup truck in a Lowe's. So I think now that he parked his car in the Lowe's parking lot, walked over here, abducted her, later came back, parked her car right there, walked the short distance to Lowe's, got back in his car, pulled out, and drove this way past Sherwin-Williams. That's my theory, and I think the way they've linked the vehicle is that once they were looking early in the morning and saw that the guy had come from this direction, walked in the screen, they went over and checked the Lowe's camera and saw that a large pickup truck parked and a guy got out matching that description, but from a distance, so they're not showing us that. It's not going to help anything. Walks over here to Walmart, and then later in the day, they keep what they do when they realize that that vehicle is associated with the guy. They look at the camera and they just follow it all day. They just zoom, fast forward until the car goes away. Then they let's see. They just keep watching it. When it goes away, they rewind it slightly. They see the guy get in the car, drive out. Then they check a camera over here at Sherwin-Williams, and boom, it zooms by at 3:20 in the afternoon. So that's what I think is what they did. I think that's how they've linked the vehicle to the abduction, and they've got it all nailed in. They haven't mentioned Lowe's yet or anything like that. It came up in a scanner call, but that's about it. Yeah, so that makes more sense than it being parked over here. All right, so I mean that's basically all I got right now. I'll play this part again so you can watch it, and I'm gonna go get an apple. A second.
My name is Eric Cusmers. Good morning. I'm a detective with the Lyon County Sheriff's Office. So I just want to give you an update on the kidnapping case involving Naomi Irion. There's a picture of Naomi, which has been out on social media to the public. What we know so far that we were able to release on March 12, 2022, at approximately 0509 hours, Naomi parks at the Fernley Walmart. It's located off 1550 East Newlands Drive in Fernley. At approximately between 0509 hours and 0523 hours, Naomi is active on social media, which is common according to her family. At 0523 hours is her last Snapchat ping. We know that she was active on social media up until that point and active on her cell phone. At 0524 hours, the suspect approaches Naomi's vehicle. And at 0525 hours, Naomi's vehicle leaves the Walmart parking lot with the suspect driving the vehicle. On March 15, 2022, Naomi's vehicle is recovered, and we're currently processing all evidence with that. Here's some still images from the video that's already been released. We will provide you guys all with a copy of these these images and a copy of this video after this press conference. Here's a quick video of the suspect walking. As you notice, it's been on social media that the way the suspect walks, his clothing description, all that stuff is imperative to leading us to a possible identification of this suspect. Here's a map provided to us from the FBI of Naomi's cell phone mapping images, basically just showing that she was active at the Walmart parking lot between 05:09 a.m. and 05:25 a.m. Lyon County, with assistance of the Washoe County Sheriff's Office Search and Rescue, Lyon County Sheriff's Office Search and Rescue has conducted multiple searches through the air and on the ground looking for Naomi. The prior image, I'll back up to that real quick. This cell phone mapping led us to an area off of Highway 427 and Hill Ranch Road in Wadsworth. That's why we were out there searching in the previous days. Lyon County citizens have also done a search. Everybody's doing everything they can right now to look for Naomi. Right now, our biggest thing is to reach out to the public. If somebody knows somebody who would have been in that Walmart parking lot or should have been in that Walmart parking lot during the time frame that we've released, please contact us. If anybody knows somebody who has access to the vehicle that we're looking for, it's a 2020 or newer Chevrolet 2500 or 3500 high country model. It's dark in color. If you know somebody who has that vehicle or has access to that vehicle during this time frame, please reach out to us. We've been working with agencies all over the nation, federal agencies and local law enforcement. The thing I'd like to put out too is Naomi is 18 years old. She's approximately 5'11", approximately 240 pounds. She had brown hair and green eyes. She has a septum piercing and piercings in both nostrils. She also has a smiley face tattoo on her ankle. We're just not sure which ankle. And she was last seen with a dark colored purse. The images that have been previously released show her clothing description of the blue Panasonic shirt. She also had an iPhone on her person, AirPods, and she's known to carry a fidget spinner. Our suspect that we've released the videos and images of is an adult male, approximately 6 feet in height, and the clothing description speaks for itself in the videos. Do you guys have any questions right now?
Can you,
Well, there's one vehicle that pulls in, and he's way down there. Right now, you can actually see him. That little dark spot right there. And then that car pulls in. Why didn't he abduct that person? Well, because he was planning on one specific person. I think it's obvious that they were there to, that person was there to get her. And it's obvious that there's only one person here based on what was going on with the automobiles. You know, where it was parked, he had to walk and do everything himself. Where he got the truck, we don't know if it's his truck or somebody else's. They sort of alluded to maybe him borrowing the truck. All right, so it says Naomi was last seen in the Walmart parking lot in Fernley, Nevada on March 12, 2022 at approximately 5 a.m. when she was abducted by a nondescript male who forced his way into the driver's seat. I mean, this person made sure you couldn't see his skin color or anything. Hands in the pocket, hoodie on, mask on, jeans. Male who forced his way into the driver's seat of her vehicle. 3 days later, Naomi's vehicle was located. Now, that's another thing too. I mean, it's possible that was days later. I mean, 2 days later or so, when her car was put there. We don't know. And then that means his car would also be 2 days later. All I know is that it's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when his pickup truck is driving by there. So 3 days later, Naomi's vehicle was located next to the Sherwin-Williams Western Emulsion plant. Naomi is still missing. Naomi was last seen wearing a blue Panasonic company shirt, gray cardigan sweater, gray pants, brown boots, and was carrying a black purse. Naomi's iPhone 10 or 11 has yet to be found. Naomi has green eyes, one with brown in it. Her hair is currently dyed black. It's naturally brown. She weighs 230, 5'11". Naomi has a septum piercing and a small face tattoo on her right ankle, they're saying. But today they said they weren't sure what ankle it was. The suspect was identified as wearing a gray hoodie and a mask. The sheriff's department is currently looking for the driver of the vehicle and has identified them as a person of interest. The truck has been identified as a dark colored, they actually think it's a 2021 or 22 now, newer Chevrolet 2500 high country 4-door pickup truck. If you have any information, the case number is, could you have more numbers in a case number? 22LV010681. Please contact Lyon County Dispatch at 775-443-6620 or Detective Eric Kuzmers of the Lyons County Sheriff's Department at 775-577-5206 extension 2. Our email detective@lyoncounty.org or secret witness of Western Nevada at 775-322-4900. Yeah. And so there she is with her black purse, her blue Panasonic shirt. That's what she looks like. So there you go. I mean, crazy, absolutely wacky story. She is from South Africa. I mean, that's where she lived. She was kind of traveling around. Her dad's a political person, or I don't know, political, but works for the government. And so don't go, ooh, it's a government hit. You know, I mean, this is just a psycho here. This has nothing to do with that. All right. And she hadn't even been here that long. And boom. I mean, her brother said she just started dating. She was dating different people. And, you know, who knows if somebody got jealous, like they liked her, she didn't like them. But she had already given them enough information to let her know that she would wait for a shuttle every day. You know, when people are just talking, you meet somebody and you're like, oh, God, yeah, God, I have to get up at 4:50 in the morning. And I always go over to the Walmart parking lot and I sit there and but I try to chill out for 20 minutes and then I get a shuttle that drives me to work. It's crazy. So then that person would know that information, maybe used it. Or it could be an employee that she works with that knows that there's a shuttle that does that. All kinds of different things out there. God, I sure hope you weren't thinking of that, British. Man, that's sad. Just right off the bat, huh? Let's see. As many cameras are around, why wouldn't they be able to get some kind of direction? Well, they do. I mean, you don't think... Listen, everybody. This is what you got to realize is they know exactly... They've looked at every single thing that you would ever think of. Okay? Anything that you're thinking of, unless it's very creative and outside the box thinking, they've thought of it. So when people go, hey, Gray, have they checked the surveillance cameras on the... Hey, Gray, have they checked the pings of the... Of course they have. They freaking have the FBI in there. All right? So, just realize that they're really smart people. They do all these things. So you don't need to ask or wonder the simple things. Now, if you have something that is completely like, whoa, wow, that's a great idea, then call in a tip or something. But man, don't you get tired of people asking if the most basic shit in the world has been done? I do. I'm like, no, these are a bunch of cavemen working the case. They've never heard of ping. I want to give them a call and tell them what a cell phone ping is. Yeah. Hey, Gray, have they? Yeah. Hey, thank you, ABCHS. Yeah. So I don't really have much more to offer. If you guys want, I'm going to put out a video later that's going to have like the interview that the brother, when he called in, it was pretty touching, and it had some information in it about what was going on, and because he's the one. I mean, it's amazing because the brother is the one that actually went and found the surveillance footage at the Walmart because nobody was doing anything. So he went over there and looked at it, and he couldn't believe it. And then the police got really involved in it. I think I was at like the 14th or 15th. And then they find her car. Now, was her car there the whole time? I mean, wouldn't it be kind of strange to finally notice her car? Maybe nobody really cares if there's a car parked. But after all those days, I mean, 3 days later, it's right there. I mean, you know, here's the Walmart. It's not like it's a million miles away. So there you go. I wonder if he bought any supplies at Walmart. Who knows if he bought some supplies at Walmart? It was probably closed maybe at that time in the morning. It was just a place they were picked to pick somebody up. And if he did go buy supplies, don't you think that they tracked him on camera through the door, through the aisles? And by the way, I can guarantee you that he did not buy anything in Walmart there. And you know why? Because if he had, they'd have a really clear picture of his face and would have put that out instead of the parking lot grainy image. Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, I don't know if I have anything else for you guys. All right, Chasing Truth wasn't able to, her son is sick, so she wasn't able to come on here. But, and I know this case really well. I've been covering it for a few days. And I know exactly where everything was. The only thing we're missing is where he went and who is the person and where was the vehicle, her vehicle, in between the time she was abducted and the surveillance footage. And we don't know. Yeah. Who's Lee? I don't even know who Lee is in there. Oh. Okay, back to the yeah, go back to the bushes, yeah. Definitely. Hey, thanks, Quietly Frozen. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. See, when you ask really simple stuff, just think it in your head, okay? You know, you don't need to ask, hey, have they checked the surveillance cameras at the Walmart parking lot? Well, yeah, we've seen it. It's right there. Well, how about the other ones that are down? Yeah, I'm sure they've looked at all of them. You know what I'm saying? So let's just, let's have higher IQs going into the future. Those are things you can think in your brain. It's just, you know that they've done all these different things. So spend your time thinking of something unusual that they might not have done. I think that would work really well. Yeah, right. All right. All right. First time on this one. I've seen you on my channel, IB Me, before. This is just it's a combination channel, but it isn't right now. Like right at this minute, it's not a combination. So mean. That's right. Cheese boy. Get to the point at hand, cheese boy. Don't know what that means. Let's see. Well, sometimes police don't do... No, they always do those kind of obvious things. They never don't do those things, Alifair. The things that everybody always says, they always do all those things. Okay? Especially when they say that the FBI is involved, they're doing everything. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah, that's because they weren't even covering the case, Jazz and Aries. Doesn't that make a difference? See, that's what I'm saying. See, when you go, ooh, hey, I got you there. No, they weren't even looking at the case. She's 18 years old, and there wasn't even any foul play suspected. They weren't even doing it as a missing person. Then after the brother went and found the tape, then they got interested. See, that's the thing. Once they're interested, of course, they're going to go look at all the surveillance footage at all the different places. Right. See the difference? Yeah. So it's not like they didn't think of doing the surveillance. He just happened to be the one that went out and found it because they weren't taking it seriously. They just thought, she'll be back, She's young. She probably just took off somewhere. Maybe she found safe today. Well, how you can help is, I guess, just go out and share the images of a little bit like the Delphi case. You got the image of the guy wearing a hoodie, and you got an image of the truck, and you could post it in various crime groups and maybe ones that are more specifically in Nevada or something like that. And it has some unusual characteristics. Apparently it has a sliding back, something that's sort of not very many of the cars have on the back window, a sliding window that you have to get done. So that's an angle that they could check to see what plants out there, not plants but dealerships have done that to the window. Maybe they can find it that way. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, the thing is police need to listen to family better. It's sort of like in the Kanika Jenkins case where they just sort of, well, she'll turn up. I mean, she's young. She probably... there's so many cases like that where law enforcement doesn't listen to the family, and the family knows if something is out of the ordinary. If somebody runs away twice a week and they go missing, the family might not even be nervous about it. However, when somebody doesn't do this and they have a routine that they're always sticking to, and then they don't do that anymore, that's when you got to listen. You go, so this is just really out of the ordinary. Okay, let's get on this. Boom. That's what they should be doing. But they don't do it. They're like, let us know. I mean, she's 18. She has the right to be wherever she wants. Yeah, except she put on her Panasonic shirt even, and she went to work. Yeah, and I think that's what they need to be doing is listen to family. And if they tell you it's out of the ordinary and not usual at all, no matter what you want to believe, cops, you got to go do a thorough investigation at that moment. Okay? Man, it just drives me insane when they do this. I mean, why did the brother have to be the one that went to Walmart? I think he found that on the 13th or 14th. I think the next day he went to Walmart. Something like that. I have it in the interview. I can't remember exactly the date. But I'm going to take that last part that we just did here, that video that I just showed you, and then at the beginning I'm going to put the brother explaining what was going on when he called in. And then I think that should be about enough to put together the story. So so it's amazing how a lot of these cases have somebody out there that is doing all the right things that make stuff happen. All right. Right. All right. So the phone that pinged is right there. I mean, that's the tower. So that the tower would go like in 3 miles in all directions, and they did search over here. So that means they do have a ping going here. So man, it makes you kind of nervous because you take 447 and you go like that, and you're driving way up here. You could be anywhere. I mean, look at that, just middle of nowhere up here. And he could have been gone for 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, 4 in one direction, and came back. I mean, we just don't know. And we don't know what obviously they have a ton of information behind the scenes that we're not hearing about. It sounds like they are on to something, but they can't say, except they're asking questions that are more broad, like, does anybody know anybody that might have driven a truck like this? So that makes it seem a little bit more general, that they're not on to a specific person, but maybe they're just saying that to get more information on who they think it might be. I don't know. All right, you guys. Well, that's going to be it for a solo So Mean Allegedly. And thank you up there to Mama She 13, new member Amy S., Linda Howe, Miss Angels, J Bear, Amy CHS, and Judy. Or is it Judy? I can't remember. And yeah, then also we got Gavel Geeks became a new channel member. All right. Thank you. Very cool. At least we got something going on the channel. Oh, look at that. Oh, that sounds like a chasing just showed up. Oh my God. Hey, thanks, Woman of Steel. And we're also donating, like 25% of the net income to the charities at the end of the month. So, and that includes membership and super chats. Yeah. All right. Well, I hope that all made sense to you. I tried to make it the most accurate information that I could put in there, and reasonable speculation based on the information that was out there. But we don't have any information on where the truck went, who the owner of the truck was, or anything like that. And we know that her phone pinged more up to the northwest area after she was abducted. So it appears that somebody came back from there with her car, and it could be as much as 10 hours later. Because I don't know how they would link the car if it was like her car was there on the 13th and then on the 15th he drove by there. It wouldn't make any sense. So they had to have linked the truck and the man on the same day. So that's the only thing that makes sense. Yeah, she's over there yelling at me. Gray, you're so mean. What? Thank you, she said. Yeah. All right. So we'll see you guys next time. All right. So in the meantime, be safe out there. And she would say, I love you so much, or whatever the hell that is. All right. See you guys later. So mean.
Allegedly.
Hey, thanks, Mary Lou, for filling in for a minute.
Hey, no problem, guys. See you.
All right, bye.